Ladies and gentlemen, the Detroit Lions have shocked the NFL world by beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the Super Bowl champions, man. And I gotta say, while a lot of us thought it was going to be on the offensive side of the ball, like most of us thought it was going to be a shootout, the defense absolutely balled out, and the rookies, being Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch. And don't even get me on that first career interception, pick six for Brian Branch. I mean, what an amazing debut for the rookies in the 2023 Detroit Lions. What's going on, guys? It's Rampage. I know it's been a little minute, but I'm back and I'm so excited to be doing this. So please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Just tell me how excited you are for this, because I am still mind blown at this game. And the more of you that like this video, the more other Lions fans see this and interact. And I gotta say, let me take a drink. I gotta say, with this game, it kind of felt like what Dan Campbell said last year in Hard Knocks: we'll tread water as long as it takes to fucking bury you. Like, it really never felt like the Lions were truly out of this game. And what was really encouraging for me, and I think for many of you will also agree with me, is that the Lions did not play their best at all, and they still won the game. But going back to the rookies and the entire team, it just felt like the entire team came to life in the second half. Like, for me during this game, I really felt like it solidified this draft class by Brad Holmes and the absolute masterclass or chessboard or whatever he's got going on. I really liked how we finally got to see all starting offensive linemen finally healthy. Yeah, and I mean, the Chiefs did fine without Chris Jones. They got a couple pressures on Goff and one sack. The line did absolutely fantastic. Goff looked comfortable in the pocket, moving around. He didn't look phased at all. And quite honestly, that's probably the most poise that I've personally ever seen him in a game for the Lions. And this combo between Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery is going to be scary, with Montgomery being more of the power back and Gibbs the speedster on the outside. And yeah, I mean, I guess, Montgomery was doing fine. He had 21 attempts for 74 yards, an average of 3.5 with a long of 8 and 1 TD. But it just felt like every time Jahmyr Gibbs got the ball, he did something special with it. Like, I loved his double move. It was just, the tackler didn't know where he was. And I think we'll see him in a larger role in weeks to come. I mean, tonight he only had 7 attempts, 42 yards with an average of 6 and 2 receptions. He really just needs to learn where his gaps are. But other than that, with his height and speed, man, it was so nice seeing him out there. Amon-Ra St. Brown was Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. I mean, you could tell Steve Spagnuolo made it a preface to cover him on defense, but he just seemed to get open every single play. Josh Reynolds coming up huge on a 3rd and 12, continuing the relationship he has with Goff from LA. And you can already see a nice relationship building between Sam Laporta and Jared Goff, especially on 3rd downs or when Laporta's in the slot. He's definitely going to be a security blanket and a big playmaker. And his blocking, man, especially on the Montgomery score, was just a thing of beauty. Man, and what I'm really fucking fired up about is that gritty ass defense that I finally saw tonight. Probably the best defense I've ever seen watching the Detroit Lions. And especially Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, the guy was on another level tonight. I mean, he's not on TJ Watt level yet, but it was pretty impressive seeing him make Patrick Mahomes work for it. And the numbers don't even paint the picture, the amount of impact that he had in this game. Finishing the night leading the Lions pass rush with 5 pressures, tying a career high with an average get off of 0.77 seconds, which is the second quickest in his career. And quite frankly, if the refs were watching Juwan Taylor that entire game, Hutch would have had a sack, because the non-holding calls and non-false start calls were complete crap. But I mean, man, he made do, and it was pretty impressive to watch. And boys and girls, I think we finally have a secondary for the first time in, I think, since Darius Slay left. And I mean, sure, to be fair, there was a lot of miscommunication errors in the first half, but a lot of that got cleaned up the second half. And Brian Branch playing slot corner tonight in place of Will Harris and having that interception was just pure beauty. I mean, Kadarius Toney flat out dropped that ball. It was a lucky interception, but just how quick he was able to return that was just, it was so sweet. I love that for that rookie. I love seeing Jack Campbell in pursuit, making open field tackles and diving to deflect that ball. CJ Gardner-Johnson was a loudmouth the entire game. And I feel like he should have had 2 or 3 interceptions. I don't know. I just feel like he wasn't paying attention when there was a lot of sky balls, and he could have ran to the other side of the field to get the ball and intercept it like 2 or 3 times. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Cam Sutton, I thought, played a perfect game other than that BSPI call on an underthrown ball. And low-key, yeah, I'm really curious to see how these guys are going to hold up against better receivers. The Chiefs, I didn't realize how bad their receivers were. I mean, Kadarius Toney's really the only one they got, and he did pretty bad tonight. We'll see how the secondary fares in the weeks to come, but they did a pretty damn good job tonight. And guys, let me tell you, I was really impressed with Aaron Glenn's play calling on defense tonight. I mean, the past 2 years, he's primarily called man, with last year the Lions being ranked historically one of the worst franchises on defense. But I think tonight, 70 to 80% of the snaps that he called were zone coverage. I mean, and it showed because the Chiefs were held to just 316 total yards with 2 touchdowns, with Mahomes completing just over 50% of his passes in 226 yards, the worst game since 2021 for him. And with this revamped defense, the Lions held the Chiefs to 0-7 on third down conversions in the second half, with a punt, pick six, punt, field goal, punt, and 4 and out. And I know they're without Travis Kelce, but that's pretty impressive to do against the reigning Super Bowl champions. And man, like most of you, I'm pretty fired up about this game, but there were a lot of mistakes and a lot of stuff I did not like. Like at the time, I really liked when they brought Marvin Jones Jr. in to add a veteran presence in the wide receiver room to mentor Jameson Williams and just to be a steady face in there. But he played awful, man. And while I don't want to jump to conclusions, I feel like the team was better playing Khalif Raymond after they benched Jones. The fumble really killed me, and I was also surprised just how conservative Ben Johnson was tonight. Like, I felt like he was almost like Jim Bob Cooter reincarnated because of all the wide receiver screens that was going on. Like, that was so frustrating, and just like the constant running, it didn't feel like there was enough play action and enough cohesiveness at times. But I mean, it's week 1. But anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I'm so fired up. Football's back and the Detroit Lions are back. I'm so excited to be doing this again for you. Please let me know what you think down below. I'll always answer to your response. And yeah, one pride, baby. I'll see you next time.